Alright folks, we're inside a 2012 Orlando and the hatch will not open. Basically when you pull on the button on the back, you don't hear the click sound and you don't even feel anything. So I think this probably applies to a lot of other vehicles. The hope is once you can clear out whatever you put in here, because you've been ever so unfortunate that it will not open, that we can pop this guy off to manually open up the door. I don't know how it's going to look like, but this is the latch itself, so I'm hoping that GM didn't screw us over too much and we can open that. So the thing is, I don't have one of those nice special tools to open this up. I don't want to damage it, but I was hoping maybe a card can slip in there before I use this. I just don't want it to look too ugly because it is just plastic. And the hope is after we open this up, we can see how to pull off everything to get to the button to pop it all out. So I'm already kind of wrecking it. I have to... Aha! Oh! Okay, so for you guys out there, at least for the Orlando, it's kind of attached, as you can see. Looks like if we just stick something in there, we can pop it open. So hooray! There we go. So here's the hatch open, and you can pop this off same way with just the flathead. There's no way we're gonna get our hand through here, but I was peeking through it. You can't get to the button, so I'm assuming what we'll have to do is take off this whole thing here. And to do that, I popped off one of the caps already, and it's probably gonna be a whole bunch of clips. So I'm going to take a look. I haven't had to change the bulbs in this vehicle yet, but this is where you're going to pop it off to change the bulbs. So if you're already popping everything off, you might as well take a look at that. Alright, so to get these guys off, you have a little cap, which is going to look like this. And you can pop that off pretty easily. Just put the flathead in and then pull straight out. I know there's going to be a special tool to be able to bring in these clips together. Then you're going to see this little guy in there, which I showed you in the last bit. What you can do is stick something that is long enough in to push this pointy end down, which will then bring in the clip like so, and then it'll pop out. Alright, so you got 4 of those to do. Alright, so here it is with that bit off, and I'm just going to show you guys where all the clips are. Alright. Oh, sorry. This is the top. This is where your wiper motor goes, and as you see, you got quite a few clips, and these two right here and right here. So the hardest part I had were the corners, and truthfully I used quite a bit of force. Nothing broke. It seems really sturdy. Oh yeah, the other trick, put a little thing in the way so it doesn't keep locking on you if you have to open it multiple times. So this right here is going to be for the button, and I'm actually a little confused with how that button is held in. Jeepers. Don't tell me I actually need to remove stuff. I see all these screws here. Is that what I remove to get? How do I get into there? How the... Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so I think I'll be removing all of these guys, and I will show you if that indeed loosens up this whole thing. Alright, be right back. Alright, so those little screws I was pointing out, they're 10 millimeters. And then you got your 2 white tabs, which I've already popped out, one right there. The other one's there, and it's kind of hard to get to because this pump is in the way, so the little hole that they give you to get to it, it's kind of hard to do that. I thought you might have to take out the reverse lights, but apparently not. So here it is, now loose. That's the button. So yeah, you gotta do all of that to get to it. It's kind of crazy. So, hard to see in this camera view, but let me do this. I don't want to break it. Let me. Alright. Little intermission. My daughter's sitting in the driver's seat and she's loving it. Anyway, this, so it's just the 4 screws. These type of screws. It was very obvious, you can see in the video, and the button, quote unquote, pops out. So let me just close the hatch so you can see. What a pain in the butt to get to it, hey? So this is how it looks like, and you just pinch these little clips in and it'll pop on out. So date for shift, the record, says touchpad. So the GM number is this. 9. All goes into that same harness that was kind of green, and I showed you guys that. I know it works because my license, the license number, the license plate light does work. So I think what I can do, I'm gonna snip this, and I think maybe if I just touch the wires together after I snip it, if I hear it working, then it means I can just get a generic button so long as it fits. Alright guys, as you can see, I snipped the button, and if you listen carefully, look at that. Sorry, let's show that again. You can hear it. So, yes, definitely that button is broken, and it's kind of obvious why. Because when and if you do this job, hopefully your button's not really broken, but guess what? You're watching this video, so it is. You got these tiny little guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, with 10mm bolts holding it in, so you can pull up this whole hatch. I mean, what do we all do? You press the button and you're still holding on it, and you pull up your hatch. So that's a lot of weight on that poor button, and my theory is that it probably means the hydraulic arms are starting to go, even though it opens pretty easily. However, during this job, because this is the wife's vehicle, as I was opening it, I realized that it's not as good, meaning one arm is starting to go, or both are getting weaker, which means you're gonna have to pull on this a lot more versus letting the hydraulic arms do the job, and that's probably why this button broke. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're unfortunate that the button is already intermittently working, it means it's going to go. Get it fixed ASAP. If your button is still good, but you notice that your hatch is open a little bit slower, or you have to assist a lot more, change those arms, because those arms are easier to change than doing the button. The arms are literally like one. You know what? Let's just open it up. Let me show you. Madeline, you're screaming. Oh. Okay. So it's just like on my truck. I think I have a video on that one. You just pop this C-clip off, and this guy literally comes out. Okay, they're just like little, actually it might not be called C-clips, but they're clips. They just pop out and you yank it out, and then you just put in the arms. They're very, very easy. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry guys. Here you go. That's better. Rain, rain, go away. Just want to show you guys the cut and solder. Here's one side before I heat shrink it. And I will definitely put a link to where I got this button on eBay, because you guys will need that, and it works. It was about $15 or $20. Anyways, I'll put the link in, or at least the part number that I used to search for it. That way you guys can complete the job. So, I'm going to heat shrink it and get this done. Hope this video has helped you. Like it, leave a comment below, subscribe, because we're planning to keep this vehicle for some time, so I'm sure as things start to go on it, you'll see more videos on it for DIYs. Save yourself some money. Alright, thanks for watching. Final outcome. Yay! It works. And as you see, everything is put back in. It's very tight. Those clips are really nice. But again, to avoid causing too much damage, I did a little bit here because I pried a little bit harder. Use some of your old cards that you have and just you know, slot them in like so. And that way, what you can do is, where you're gently prying, you put your, you know, screwdriver or whatever you're using into there, and then, oops, and the reason why I have two is because then you can use one to protect the metal, the car body, and use the one to protect the plastic, and put your little flathead driver in between, and then that way you can wedge those clips loose, and that's what I did. So we're done. That saves quite a bit of money.
Madeline?
Driving, Mama.
You're driving?
Mama.
Oh. Can you look at Madeline? Can you look at camera and say hello?
Hello, Mama.
Driving.
Chevy. What we do? Push. Push.
Push. Button.
Off. Off.
Take off jacket.
Yeah.
Can you turn off music first? Thank you. You take off jacket. Is it hot in here? Do you need help? Say, Mama, help, please.
My piece. A piece. Mama, a piece.
Dragging. You did it.
Keep it. Mama, off. Jacket.
No, Mama, keep jacket on. Mama's jacket is keeping Mama warm. Does it work? Light.
Hazard lights on.
Turn it off. Thank you. No, don't shake that. What? You need a key? No, you don't get a key till you're 16.
Key.
Yeah, car key.
Cars. Key.
You want to get car key? No, not today. You can pretend. Pretend. Can you turn on music? Yeah.
Macy.
More music. Here, push this button.
Life on plans that are 50 and above for new customers today. And you can also sign up on a phone. Just say you wanted to get a 10 gigs of data with an iPhone 10. You can walk over with an iPhone 10, $0 today, $85 a month on a 2-year term.
Okay, Madeline, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kenny.
My little teeth. Come on.
Okay, you can hold it. Ready? Say hello.
Hello, Mala.